Jai Hind, Duraimaran. First of all, I would like to congratulate you on your selection. Okay.
Thank you so
So
much.
this is an interactive session. So we'll try to help other candidates who are going to appear in coming weeks for the PSB of Indian Coast Guard. And if you're an Army, Navy, Air Force aspirant, because the screening process of Indian Coast Guard is like quite similar of Army, Navy, Air Force. So to the audience who are listening or just going through this video, I would like to tell them that you can just listen to his especially utility part. Okay, and OIR is quite bit and like it's a bit different from the Army Navy Air Force. So we'll talk about both. Okay, so Duraimaran, you can just let us know about your experience, like on what date and what was the center, and how many people reported, and how was the document verification goes. Like they checked your document before or after. Okay, and there was any document rejection because today I got one news from one of my candidates who qualified. I think Gunjan qualified exam today. This PS, but he was rejected because he had some OBC card certificate issue. Okay, so we'll try to put some light on that also, document part, and then how was the CCPT OIR part, and the last will go for the PP&DT. In PP&DT, we'll try to discuss like what was the story, okay, and how you narrated the story and what picture you made of the particular story. The last part is that whether it was a fish market or some tips and tricks which is going to help the candidates to clear this time. Okay.
Sure.
Because this time screening, as I find it's a bit difficult, right?
Right.
Yeah. So please, you can just start with the go for it. All the best.
Okay. So my PPDT basically was on 22nd May. I was reporting at around morning 10 a.m. batch in the Chennai. So my PPT center was Chennai. So I was present at the center around 9:30. So they started letting people in around 10 o'clock, and in the entrance they verified your admit card as well as your Aadhaar card. Okay, they tried to verify that you are the person that is present in the admit card also, Aadhaar card also, and you are the person that is really present here. So they just check your admit Aadhaar and they let you in. And after going in, they check all your documents. They check your 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, graduation, caste certificate, and your Aadhaar card, as well as the this Xerox copies of all those things. And in that thing, there was a problem because I committed this OBC non-creamy layer. So I had one kind of OBC non-creamy layer certificate that was issued by the Tamil Nadu government. But again, they made a problem saying that this is not the format of the central government. We need a certificate that is central government format certificate. They made the problem. But again, we went them to and said that this is the central government format. See, that it's a Gazette of India format and all those things, and only then they accepted it. So for the candidates, I would say something is that in some state government, they are issuing the OBC certificate that is not in consonance with the central government format. So in a way, check from the Coast Guard side whether the certificate you have is in consonance with the central government format or not. So check that. So after finishing all this document verification, it took around 1 to 1.5 hours. And then we were led to the CCPT room. That's the OIR that we famously call us.
I have one question here. Like the candidates, like who, like maybe they uploaded some wrong document, not wrong document. Some people have the OBC center certificate. Maybe they applied, but the date of uploading documents will get over time, right? After 2 days, 5, 6 days. So they uploaded some state certificate. So they're letting them in or not? Like if they upload wrong document, they upload wrong document, a document which we see there is different. Like they're letting them in for the screening or not? Like they're just rejecting them from there.
Okay. In my case, in my batch there was no wrong document uploadation, but there was something else. For example, the Tamil Nadu OBC certificate is valid from 31st March of 1 year to 31st March of next year. Okay. So while applying for the screening test, you will be I was uploading the OBC certificate of 2024, which was valid till 31st March of 2024. But while going for PSB, you are expected to provide the current certificate, which is valid from 2024 March to 2025 March. But again, they gave another instruction in the PSB e-admit card, which says that the document that should be uploaded, the document should be dated before the end date of screening test. So if we go by that logic, I'll be having my old OBC certificate. So what we did was we took both certificates, both the old OBC certificate which I uploaded and the new OBC certificate which I got recently. So in that case, they say, okay, that you must bring 2 OBC certificates. Okay, the one you uploaded in the screening testing and also the latest OBC certificate. And in some cases, I saw that if the OBC certificate of your state is not in consonance with the central government OBC certificate, at the spot, they're asking you to apply at the spot itself. that they are saying that apply at the spot itself, go get some affidavit from the Tahsildar and ask your parents to send those affidavit via the online mode.
Okay, so there's still chances are there because one of the candidates rejected today by the board. Maybe that time he have only stayed when he was uploading the documents. So he uploaded documents and later on he applied for the central caste certificate, right? And once he applied for the central caste certificate, so it came after like late. Okay, but I don't know, like some problem happened with this guy. They rejected him with the mismatch of the document, and they mentioned the proper comment on that. Okay, so we'll definitely discuss on that because these things are very, very important. That's why I'm very, very blunt when I take the classes that you should be on time, bring a proper documents because Coast Guard will not get in all this. You go, okay, I've been able for a moment. They'll say, okay, you can give tomorrow or you ask someone to bring it. But Coast Guard will not accept all those things because the instruction given, this is follow the instruction blindly. Okay.
Exactly.
Sometimes they don't understand also. Okay, so we need to be very careful on our toes and they see each and every word, gentlemen, like, okay, these things are they needed. If blue background, the blue background means this blue, it should be in this blue or some light blue, it should be light blue.
Exactly.
Okay, this slate or something, whatever they're asking, you should don't be doing some drama. Coast Guard will not take all those things.
Exactly. The instruction they given that should be followed to the point.
Exactly. Okay, now please proceed.
Okay, and then after, fortunately in my batch, no one was eliminated during the first round of document verification, and every one of us went to CCPT. So CCPT happened. We entered somewhere around 10 o'clock, and CCPT was somewhere around 11:30. So as usual, we entered the CCPT hall, and we were made to sit. It was a long hall. We were made to sit in a random manner, and then absolutely the psychologist came. He was briefing us about the CCPTs and all those things, and ultimately test happened. So test, as we know the format, it's like 80 questions will be there divided into 7 sections and you'll be given a certain time limit for each question. You won't be getting a booklet. Instead, the question will be flashed on the screen. So you will have only a specified period of time for each question. And if you leave a question, it's left. You can't get back to the particular question.
Correct.
So as usual, that's the format of CCPT and the CCPT was done. And we were not allowed to exit the hall. He said that, psychologist said that, you please be in the hall for 10 minutes. So we'll be back with the result. So the psychologist went back. Again, he came after 10 minutes and ultimately, as we know, during these days, all are getting selected in CCPT. So as expected, every one of us got selected in CCPT. So following the selection in CCPT, we were given our chest numbers. We are allocated our chest numbers. And in that also, I would request the people to be, careful of the instruction the people are giving, okay? For example, like when they were giving the chest number, the psychologist said that whenever I give the chest number to you, you should raise your hand, say yes, and say your name, and also say that chest number 1, chest number 2. And some guys did not even listen to the instruction and they were like, yes, sir, yes, sir. They did not even say the chest number. So the psychologist got little angry. He was saying that, what are you doing this time? Just listen to the instruction, what I say. So I would request people like, be on point, don't talk with the neighboring people and listen to the instruction so carefully. That is very, very much important when it comes to Coast Guard. So yeah, our CCPT was done. We were given chest numbers and then we were sent for lunch. Since we came at 10 o'clock batch, it was around 12:20. Even when we completed the CCPT, and then we were sent for lunch in 2 batches. So we were 55 people. So first 20 people were sent for lunch first, and then we were given around 25 minutes to complete our lunch, and then we came back, and the next set of students were sent for lunch. So it's like almost by
sorry to interrupt you in between. Okay, so everyone cleared the CCPT, or how is it?
Everyone made through CCPT, yes.
So what do you think? Like everyone? Okay, now we'll discuss after the PPDT this part. Okay, yeah, please proceed. Yeah, what was the picture? What was the picture? What was your chest number? And everyone narrated the story confidently or not? Like it was a fish mark. And all those things you can discuss in that. And some points where it helped you. Okay, how you pitched in, how you able to put up your story in front of them, and maybe you're certain as a leader or not. Please.
Okay. So I don't know, it's fortunate or unfortunate. I was chest number 1. So out of 55 people, I was chest number 1. Yes, I was chest number 1.
Okay, very challenging people.
So exactly. So I was little nervous at the center because I had to narrate my story at the first. I don't know how. We were attending all those sessions, I was confident in every part. But since I got chest number 1, I was like, okay, since I'll be getting very less time to narrate also, right? So basically, 55 people are divided into 3 groups: 14, 14, and 13. 4 groups: 14, 14, 14, and 13. So I was the first guy in the first group. So I was like, I won't be getting any time to revise my story in my head also. So I'll have to go and narrate it in the first itself. So ultimately, 1 o'clock, we were called inside the PPDT room, we were shown a picture and we were divided into 4 groups. Again, I would say something, listen to the instruction as carefully as possible, because again, another thing happened over here. So initially the psychologist was briefing us the discussion, instruction. After finishing the instruction, he asked us whether you have any doubts or not. Okay. So my advice is that if you have any doubt, ask then and there itself. For example, I had a doubt. He was saying that, initially he was saying that circle the first guy you see in the picture. Okay, he said circle the first guy you see in the picture, and for others you keep a dot. So I just got confused and I was like, I raised the hand and asked her whether we need to encircle the protagonist or all the members or the first guy. Then he said that it's necessary that you encircle the first guy and then you keep dot for others. Okay, so instruction was over.
Very different logic, right?
Exactly. Then I think out, he asked whether
so that officer who's briefing was a young or the old one?
He must be around 50-52.
Experienced person. What he told? Just encircle the first person.
Encircle the first person you see in the picture. We usually encircle the protagonist, right? He said, encircle the first person you see in the picture and write their gender, mood, and age. Gender, age, and mood.
Thanks for that information.
You just keep. Yeah.
Thanks for that information. It's the first time I'm hearing this thing. But okay. Because it may be having some new changes in the selection procedure now, God knows. Okay, but anyhow,
exactly.
That's a good way to clear up. Because if you have any doubt regarding this, okay, anything which you have doubt, okay, sometimes people say, okay, can we bring out a character from outside and all those things? We should be asking sometimes, but they'll get to know, okay, this guy knows that because they've been through the coaching and XYZ stuff. Okay, so that's a good point, because if you're not clear about anything, ask that, they'll make you a particular point to be clear. Because don't go into that war without having any clearance on a particular XYZ thing. It's very, very important. Should be clear and just go through the instructions carefully. And that's what you did actually. You have doubt, you ask. That's a good genuine doubt only. Otherwise, next circle protagonist only. Correct? Yeah, that's a
right.
Please.
So that's the thing. They won't hesitate to clear it out also. If you have any number of doubts, they'll definitely clear it out. But the things that you must ask, because it has a correlation with something I'll say later. So then we were, as usual, shown a picture for 30 seconds. And this time, comparatively, the picture was clear. That you used to show us the picture in the session, right? PPDT session. So it was like that only. It was not so hazy. Last time when I went to PSB, the picture was so hazy. But this time, picture was comparatively clearer. So the picture for me was like, there was a table and 2 young girls and 2 young boys were sitting around the table. Looks like they were discussing something. So again, as usual, we got 30 seconds to see the picture, and then we got 4 minutes to write down the details, to write down the action, and to write down the story. So after everything, I made a story around that they were organizing a sports event. I made a story that 4 guys were studying in school. So they were given, task by the management. This time students should arrange the sports meet. So those 4 guys were friends who were sitting around the table and discussing what prizes can be given during the sports event, what games can be conducted, who can be called as a chief guest and all those things. And they finally decided on the games that should be conducted, prizes that should be given. They also, invited a para-Olympic winner of their constituency as a chief guest. So program went well and everyone congratulated. That's the story I made. So the thing is that after finishing the story, the person that is present in the row, the first person of every row was made to collect the papers. So we collected the paper and we gave it to the officer, and then we weren't allowed to move out. The officer was checking every paper there itself. Okay. So many of the people did not listen to the instruction. Okay, they wrote the name itself inside the box. Instead of writing mail, they wrote the name inside the box. And someone, he asked to keep the dot. No, someone made a circle using the dot itself. The officer was like, you are, better you go as an artisan, not as an officer. You are good in doing all those things. You better go as an artisan, not the officer. And he was saying something like, you are making an amoeba, not a circle. You're making an amoeba inside that. And he was saying that this. I have given the best instruction as possible, and I also asked you guys to ask any doubt if there are there. But he has having listened to my instruction, haven't asked any doubt. So what is this? He was like bashing some of them out there for making all the mistakes. So if you have any doubts, however silly it may be, just ask the officer. That's the thing I want to say.
Right.
And then again, we were made to form a line, and first 14 of us, we went to the PPDT conference call. That was somewhere around 100 or 150 meters away from the center. Okay, so it was inside the Coast Guard complex, but it was 150 meters away from this hall. So since I was test number 001, I had no time. So what I did was that while traveling that 150 meter, I told that story again and again in my mind.
Correct.
So that when I go to the conference hall, I don't get stuck or I don't fumble with the story. So that's
Good.
the 2 to 3 minutes I got. In that 2 to 3 minutes gap, I tried to, revise the story again and again in my mind that what I'm going to say, this is the form that I'm going to say, this is the thing I'm going to say. So I revised it again and again. So ultimately, we entered the PPDT hall. Again, 3 officers were sitting. So he was briefing the instruction. He was giving the instruction that this thing should be done. That he was saying that we will be giving 45 seconds to 1 minute only. So keep your story short. Even if you did not complete your story in the paper, no problem. You can complete the story here. He was saying that, and then he was briefing that it's a consensus thing. So you, after everyone narrates your story, you should come to a consensus. Okay,
Right.
that's a very important thing. He said that, and he said that I'll be giving the paper to you guys for at least 1 minute to read the story. So he gave us the paper. So then we were reading the story. Everyone of us reading the story, and then he got back the paper, and then he said that gentlemen, chest number 1 can start. So I was the chest number 1. So since I was, he said, remembering those story all those times for 1 or 2 minutes, I was very confident. I got up and as you said, and in one of the session you said that while you speak, it should come from the stomach, right? That's where you get the confidence. You once told in the session.
Okay.
No, you once told in the session.
Yeah, it should come from like dominance, the masculinity and all.
Come from the abdomen.
It should be like, not drama nonsense, like just talk like from us.
Exactly.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen. Good evening, gentlemen. Okay.
Exactly.
And all those things.
So Shadad, so I was like, I was damn sure that I should, create an impact and extra. I was like, good afternoon, gentlemen. So I said that with all those things, with very full confidence, I did not fumble with the story. I just narrated my story saying that these are the characters I saw, this is the mood, this is the age, and this is the action of the story, and this is the story. So I did not make any difference in the story because the story I written was complete. So I did not make any difference, difference while narration. So ultimately 14 people was there. So everyone narrated individually, and out of that, only 6 people were confident. 5 to 6 people were confident. Others was like someone was looking down while narrating, someone was looking up, someone was like raising the hand up to this section, was writing something like this.
Oh God.
And
okay.
someone got fumbled and all those things. Ultimately, 5 to 6 of us narrated in a good manner. And one of the things I found is that if your narration is impactful enough, there is already a thinking in the back of mind of your teammate that he is fit to be a leader.
Exactly.
So when the narration was complete and the officer said to start a discussion, I was kicking in and saying, so everyone, first of all, they started discussing about the number of characters and age of the characters. So like every people are saying that only those 6 people we were good in narration, only those 6 people were ultimately taking part in the narration part also. So they were saying that, okay, let's assume them as a college student or something like that. But my story was related to school student. So in order to push my story, I kicked in and said that, gentlemen, see, those people are looking so young. So they cannot be college students. They must be somewhere around the age of 15, 16. So since my narration was in a way good, people accepted that. People are like, okay, I accept that chest number 1's argument. They look like a child, so let's assume them as a school children. Okay, so in a way, my story is set. Now I was like, okay, we have assumed them as a school children. So now let's try to summarize the story. And I was like, let's assume they are preparing for a sports event. So someone else was saying, no, let's assume that they are preparing for examination.
Correct.
So again, chest number 13 was that. Chest number 13 kicked in and said that we'll combine both of these stories. We'll combine stories saying that they had to prepare for exam also, they had to prepare for school sports day also. So they were managing both these things, and some of the students was good in sports function, some of them was good in education. So they took each other's help and they cleared both also. And in a way, my story was also added. So I was happy and I tried to do some valuations to that.
Okay.
I tried to do some valuations by saying that since it's the exam day, it was hard for them to balance both of things, both of the studies and the education studies and the post day. So some of them were good in studies. So for that, they took help from the people who were good in studies. For some of them were good in organizing. So they took help from those people who are good in organizing. So ultimately, it boiled down to only 3 people or 4 people discussing again and again. And it was never a fish market. Okay, since that 3 or 4 of them started dominating, it was never a fish market. But ultimately, you always have that one guy, even after summarizing the story, that one guy will come up with a different story. So we had that guy also in our group.
Okay. Okay. You bring him also into the picture.
So we were almost summarizing the story. Okay. And another just number 3 kicked and said that, no, I don't accept this story. Let's go with the story of cancer and chemotherapy.
Okay.
Then I said that, gentlemen, we completely accept the story, but since the team has set in some consensus, we would appreciate it if you can add some points.
Good. Okay.
And then he also said that, okay, gentlemen, okay, I completely agree with just number 1. Then he started adding some points. And ultimately, everything happened within 4 minutes. Okay, just 4 minutes. And the officer saw that we were coming to a consensus and he rang the bell. Since we were coming to the consensus, he rang the bell. He rang the bell and said that, okay, gentlemen, now discuss among yourself and tell me who is the leader that will narrate the story. It was just 4 minutes of discussion. And then, then as you said, there was 2 to 3 minutes of silence. So I went on to pitch my name, but someone else said that I nominate just number 13. It was not me, just number 13. That guy who, correlated the story of mine and that else one guy. Then he was selected as the number. Then as you said, I also accepted, okay, I nominate just number 13 as a leader. So he narrated the story. Everything finished within 7 to 8 minutes at max. And he said that, okay, gentlemen, you can go. First time when I did PPDT, it was like after 4 batches finished the PPDT only, we got the result. But this time it was not like that. As soon as 14 members finished, they told the result. They asked us to wait outside. I was waiting outside. And I was so nervous. I was test number 1, okay. If it's gonna say test number 2, I got no chance after that.
Okay.
So I was like so nervous. I was test number 1. Okay. No, I was saying I was test number 1. I'm saying if the officer is coming and saying test number 2, I got no other chance after that. Because it will be only after test number 2.
No.
So I was like so nervous.
Okay. Then what happened?
So I was like so nervous and all those things. So we were made to wait around 5 minutes. We were made to wait facing the conference hall. We were made to wait for 5 minutes outside. And the officer came again. He was keeping some twist. He was like, okay, gentlemen, you all did good. So the chest number, he said, okay, we have selected some people. He said the chest numbers are, then you were passing for some time. From 2 to 3 seconds and the pressure got up. He said that the people who are selected, you should raise your name, you should raise his hand, you should say your name and come and stand in the left side of me. And again, he said chest number 1 and chest number 13.
That's all.
That's all, only 2 people.
Oh, please.
Exactly. He said chest number 1. Chest number 1, I said Duraimaran, I came and stand to the left. And again, he said chest number 13. That guy who correlated all of the story and who was made a leader. So chest number 13 was made a leader. See, chest number 13, so only we 2 got selected. And others in the spot itself, we are advised to carry 2 copies of admit card, right? So others on the spot itself, they were taken one of their admit card and they were made to move out. They haven't given any chance. So this was my PPDT experience.
It was really, very difficult, I would say, that competition lost by loss. Like if you would have not taken your name, I think they would have selected only leader.
Actually, what?
Yeah, yes. Even I think so. Yeah.
And I want to tell you that also something. We were a total of 4 batches. So first batch, I and that just number 13 got selected. In the second batch, 1 guy got selected. Third batch was washed out. And fourth batch, 1 guy was selected. The exception is that in every batch, only leader was selected except me.
Okay. You want to be actually they want to select the leaders only. I feel so. Like who will be selected as a group leader, we selected them also in the particular batch. That's what I think. But that I told you, when you see 2 to 3, 4 seconds of silence or 5 seconds of silence, just pitch in. Say, gentlemen,
exactly.
If all are okay, I would like to. So they get him, okay, we got 2 leaders here. The one who willing to do it, but the group chooses him. So, but he's okay to sacrifice his opportunity or chance. Okay, it's okay because it's a group objective. I think
exactly
that's a very good move, I would say. And sometimes I don't know, luck favors to those who work hard. Okay, and your luck favors that term also. Exactly. But I believe in it's more your hard work, continuously classes you have attended. But maybe it will be okay. And then okay, Duraimaran. So we would like to know then how was like from where you prepared and all those things. Yeah, like how you equip yourself with this skill, because your narration is very good actually. I would say that like speed, even like Vijender and all, they improved a lot. But yours is also, I consider top notch. Like how you able to impart that kind of good communication skill and the confidence, or maybe you're preparing for UPS, that is giving you the confidence. But what is the things like which give you that good English and the way you speak and the confidence you have? Okay, like how are you able to get this thing? Because I think most of the candidates want to speak like you. Okay, with the speed you have, the confidence you have. Okay, and then the dressing sense also definitely will be good. Okay, so please you can just put some light on that. It will help other candidates to know.
regarding speaking English, I want to say that I studied in regional medium school till my 5th standard. Okay, so I had no taste of English till my 5th standard. I studied in my regional medium, that is Tamil medium school. I studied everything in Tamil, and I went to English medium only after my 5th standard. So I studied from English medium from 6th to 12th standard, and college days again it's not a strict English medium kind of thing. So this English I started developing when I entered UPSC field. So I'm a civil service aspirant also. So the seed of my English that was sown during my school days when I entered the 6th standard. After that I was studying English medium. So during those, you know about this English medium, right? If you talk in a regional language, they will fine you. They'll say 10 rupees fine, 20 rupees fine if you talk in Tamil or something like that. So from that it developed, and it got honed during my UPSC preparation. Because in UPSC preparation, I was an online student. I was never an offline student. So during this online student, I got in touch with many people from across India, apart from Tamil Nadu. So since I don't know Hindi, I should interact them with English. Okay. So interacting with them a lot in English and watching some YouTube videos and all those things, that's how I found my English skill. And that did help us. He said the narration that you give during your PPDT, when you are fluent in English and all kind of stuff, you will create an impact for sure. And that's the thing. And when it comes to PPDT preparation, I was a civil service aspirant, so I just gave postcard exam. I was not hoping anything. I just gave the exam. I cleared the screen test. And last time I had around 1 week or 2 weeks for PPDT. So I know I saw your channel somewhere. I saw your channel randomly last year. So then again I called you and said that I cleared this. So bro, can I join for this PPDT batch? And last time you said yes. And that's when I started getting the taste of all those things. Till then I had no idea what is PPDT, no idea what is CCPT and all those things. So I entered your classes. So that's the first day. I can still remember Abhishek Thapa was there. Those people are so confident. I know still I was confident, but I had no idea about all those things. What is PPDT, how to write a story and all those things. But I still remember Abhishek Thapa was made the leader first day. So I still remember his confidence of narration and all those things. And I was determined that from next day, I only should be made a leader. So it was a kind of selfish, but I was damn sure that I should be made a leader from next day.
Correct.
Okay. So since I was, in a way good in English, seeing your classes, the video you uploaded in YouTube, I saw that what better the people who are made leaders are doing, how they are contributing, how good their narration is. So in my first PPDT class, I wasn't contributing anything. Like it was a fish market kind of as usual PPDT sessions it was creating. So I was like, when should I kick in? When should I contribute? I don't know anything about PPDT. So when you uploaded the video, I saw the video, like I saw when these people who are made leaders are kicking in, what are the valid points they are making, how they are, creating an impact in narration and all those things. And that's when from next day, I started, kicking in when the time is possible, when like crowd is little silent or something, I started to kick in. So those PPDT session, they really helped a lot. That's great work, and that really helped a lot. That I should say for sure, because I'm a student who got no experiences of SSB. I don't know what is SSB, what is PPDT, nothing. And the only coaching I took for PPDT was 2 sessions, nothing more.
Because the session will really help you, right? It helped you to develop yourself a little bit, right?
Exactly. And those who are uploading the YouTube, that is also helping, because that's how you get to know your mistakes. The next day while you are narrating your story, you feel like you did good. But next day when you are seeing the video, you're like, okay, I have done a mistake in this part. I could have narrated well. I should have pitched in more number of times. I should have put some valid points. So that's how you hone yourself. So, and also the peer review that people are giving. Like when we ask you what are the mistakes you did, that you ask the people, because they haven't made you a leader. So they know better than us. So the peer review that people are giving you, that my narration is not too impactful, we are fumbling a little, or we haven't given some valid points, and that's how I came to this stage. And even the officer was asking me, like, have you gone to any SSB or something? I was like, no experience of SSB. This is my second PSB. He was also asking, haven't you gone to any SSB or not?
Who was
that Commandant. He used to sign us. Okay, he used to sign in the admin card, and this guy is recommended for FSP. So that Commandant was asking. He asked me, haven't you gone to any SSB? He asked me how much experience of SSB you got. I said that I have no experience of SSB, sir. I only prepare for this thing. He was like, really, you haven't gone to any SSB? He was like asking.
Okay. Fine. That's good. Okay, so I think Duraimaran, like any feedback for us, any suggestion, we can work on our YouTube channel, and we can help more candidates like you, and just to help them fulfill their dreams. Like what we can work on, whatever perspective you have towards us, because people told me, sir, you should give individual feedback. See, I can give that, but that won't be the correct. I can make you happy. Okay, your
Exactly.
confidence is good. This is good because when you say some good things to someone, they feel really good about it. Okay, I can't please you. If you're not good at something, you're not good at something, and I want you to
Right.
become good. So I will tell you the truth, and you will work on that. That's a simple thing, right? And the point is that you need to understand what is the need of that particular thing. Okay, you sitting in a group. If the group knows selecting you as a group leader, okay, the group is not selecting group leader, then why they are not selecting you as a group leader? Maybe your English is not good. Your communication
Exactly.
is a problem. Maybe you're not listening to anybody. Maybe your story is not good. Maybe you're not dressed properly. That they can't see you, or you're not able to take the people into the confidence. You're not able to convince the people. You're only able to convince the people. This is about 10, 15 people are sitting in a particular group, and the one guy speaks really well. So they can know, okay, this guy's English is good. Okay, the second set, okay, this guy's taking other points also, but he don't, but he is a bit low on confidence. Okay, you will think, okay, no, maybe the officer asked him to narrate the story. Yeah, maybe selected him as a group leader, then he will not be able to narrate the story to the assessors. And that's the point. You'll select someone else over him, right? So
Right.
those small things make a leader. And your friend, your circle only know, okay, this guy would be a potential leader. So they feel like, okay, this guy have a better things than me. And at the end, they say, okay, go to chest number 13, I think chest number 4. It's not possible necessarily that only one guy is a potential leader. It could be multiple potential leaders also, right?
Right.
But someone has to take the lead, and there's one position at the top is only for the one person. But you pitched your
Right.
ideas at them, all are agree, I would like to give the group story, and everyone says, yeah, please, Duraimaran. Like then say, okay, that's just number 30. We both would have like potential leader. But that's a good like you
Right.
said it. So the point is that I don't think so individual feed some basic things fine, okay, confidence, low English is low, but I can tell you that. But your group only decides. If you are not selected as a leader, then you are not good in PPDT at all. That's to be very honest.
Right.
You can think.
Exactly.
In my 7 or 12, I think sometimes 12, 13 session also. In those 12, 13 session, one time at least you have to bail it. One time, 2 times, 3 times. The more you fight, the more you, because 15 people in the group and you're selecting you as a leader, definitely you have something. It's a common thing,
Right.
and you get the confidence or a fuck. Today I got selected. Okay, so those things are very, very important. So, Duraimaran, anything you would like to say that suggest us like we can work on? I think you were saying, please.
Okay. Those suggestions, which I already told you in the FSP class itself. I know most of North Indian people are there, but some of the South Indian people like me who are there in the session, we sometimes don't understand those Hindi that you speak. But otherwise, I really appreciate the advice you gave us. You said that I still remember the days when I was there for the first PPDT. Like I used to oppose every story. When the leader is like, I used to say, no, I don't accept this leader. I don't accept this story. I still remember those days when I said that. And that time you said that it's a group objective. So if you're not, you should accept with the leader. Either you should be made a leader or you should accept with the leader. And that really helped because I see that third group was washed out because no one was coming to a consensus. No one was ready to make someone as a leader. So entire group is washed out. So try to push your story. So that instruction you give me, try to push your story. If not possible to push your story, try to add some value. And if someone else is selected as a leader, accept them because you're not selected as a leader because there is he's doing something better than you, right? So opposing that, so those instructions are great. So the only suggestion I would give is those things. Like I was from South India and some people are from South India, so they don't understand Hindi. And there's an added advantage of conversing in English also because ultimately most of the people are giving this in English. I haven't seen anyone, making their stories in Hindi. So the more we converse, the suggestions, the feedback, the questions we ask after the session, if that is going to be in English also, we'll get to hone our English skills, right? So after finishing session, we'll be having this feedback session. We'll be asking you what is the mistake we done. If that is also going to be in English, then our English skill will definitely increase. That will increase our confidence even more while going for a PPT session. So that's the only suggestion I want to give you. But else you're doing a fantastic job, and I'm grateful to you since I got I came to the event and I finally got selected.
I just want you to be successful, whether it's the uniform service or without uniform service, like you're preparing for UPSC. Okay, I just want to wish you all the best for that. And regarding the English things and all, because this time I get very in previous 2-3 batches, all are from north part of India. Only this last batch and a very new batch, we got talk to people from southern part of India. Okay, so
right.
When you're in a habit of communicating totally in Hindi with other candidates, because sometimes they don't understand that. That's why I have to speak. But if I have 2-3 people in something, then I'll definitely use because that is a need of an hour. You can't all the time speak in Hindi because it's a whole India, right? And there's no any the particular language you should follow. You need to make everyone to understand. Our objective is, okay,
Right.
we need to make others to understand, okay, what my feelings are, what I want to express. So I think English is the best medium because in service also you need English. Okay.
Exactly.
And there's chances once you get recommended, you have to go abroad. And there are many places you have to visit. I have some friends who got
Exactly.
recommendation and they're uploading some status, showing a status on WhatsApp, and I'm, wow, they are going there, multiple places, Seychelles and all those things. I can't disclose that. So people are going. Okay, so
Right.
English is very, very important. So that's why I asked you to, let us know that how you develop that confidence and all those things. You shared this because English is important. It's an
Right.
important tool to communicate. If you're not able to communicate to our interactions, very difficult. And people know that is your weakness, then you need to work on that. It's very, very important. If you
Exactly.
know that, you try to find the excuse. Bina uske ho jayega, bina no, it won't work like that. Okay. So Duraimaran, anything else you want to say?
Now that's the thing. Regarding you, you're doing a great job, and I want that job to be continued. Thank you so much. And regarding the people, I'd say something as you said. If you want something, you have to work for it. I know, like not everyone are good in everything. If your English is bad, work on it. Definitely, everyone can improve. My civil service experience, I was bad at something. The more you grind for it, the more you run for it, you can definitely achieve it. So I would say go with the full confidence. Okay, don't think about the results and all those things. Just go with the confidence, full confidence that I'll rock the show and you're great to go.
Okay, Duraimaran. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking out time from this busy schedule. We're definitely hoping you to see in the uniform or without the uniform once, but taking care of our nation. Okay. So just
Definitely.
want to say all the best. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Yeah.
Take care.
Jay. Yeah. Bye. Thank you.